Hello, my name is Valmar Oshnøy, and this is a presentation of a simple interactive scene in Unreal Engine. This is a simple collect items game where the player navigates through a short maze floating in the air by collecting crystals as fast as you can. The player steps on an object and controls the movement with keyboard input. When all crystals are collected, the player wins by entering a room at the end of the maze. In this room, the player gets notified how long it took to collect the crystals and finish the maze. So you can essentially race against yourself or others to see who's the fastest player. The player loses by either fall into the water, which is located at the bottom, a floor kind of thing, or if the player gets hit by a projectile which is fired horizontally. This is my first creation using blueprints in Unreal Engine, and a lot of these elements in this scene are simple. This scene took about 1 week of reading and trying to understand how blueprints work, and another week to put everything together to make this into an interactive experience. I'm new to the process of visual scripting or scripting in general, and I have a lot to learn. But from what I have accomplished this week so far, makes me eager to explore all about this area. So I have used the third-person template for this assignment, alongside some migrated blueprints from other projects where I had to follow along to simply understand. So yeah, I used some of these migrated blueprints and created some new ones myself. So let's jump into Unreal Engine, where I will show you some of these blueprints, menus and gameplay. So this is the starter menu for this game, Crystal Collect, where you can either play game, how to play, or quit the game. So let's jump right into how to play, which will let the player know what to do. So you collect all crystals and navigate through the maze as fast as possible. So the first thing you would have to do is to stand on the cube object, which then enables you these controls. We have move forward, the left mouse button for a bigger movement, and the mouse wheel up for a smaller movement. We have move backward, which is mouse wheel down, rotate left and right. We have move up and down, and we have interact with red cubes, which you can see back there on one. We have the character movement / jump, the default settings for third player template, and then the pause the game, which is pressed by hitting escape. So if the cube object bugs, you can just jump to retrigger the cube's controls, just to debug. Let's go back to the main menu and let's play. So I have played this game a few times, and I will just take you through how this works. So you stand on the cube object and you press the keyboard input, and then you will travel on this cube object to collect all of these crystals, which are located in the maze. On the top middle, you can see the timer, and on the top right, you can see how many crystals that are collected and how many there are left. So I'm just trying to navigate through these projectiles, because if you get hit, you will lose. So this is the red button. You press 1 to open the big door, and then you continue on collecting these crystals, of course. It's a bit laggy. I think that's because of the screen recorder I do have. So yeah, two crystals left, and when all of these crystals are collected, the door in front will open, as you can see now. So that's a neat feature. Just navigate through, and then I'll jump inside here to end the game. So there's a pop-up that says you won, and on the top left is the seconds, how many seconds you used. And when this ends, you will have the end menu where you can either restart the game or quit the game. So let's restart the game, for instance, and then if I hit escape, you get this game pause menu where you can either read on how to play, you can continue, you can say restart the game or quit the game. So let's continue. If I get hit by this projectile, I'll get a short message saying I lost, and that will trigger the reset function. And if I jump down into the water, it will do the same. So thank you for watching the playthrough of my interactive scene in Unreal Engine. As mentioned earlier, I'm new to Blueprints and I'm eager to learn more. This interactive scene is the first functional game, as game in quotation marks, that I have created, and there is stuff that could have been improved. For example, the timer showing minutes and seconds could have been set to minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. This is because the end result time of completing the maze is showing in minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. I tried to implement this function, but I wasn't successful in doing so. The game itself is playable, but it could have been longer with even more things to interact with. Right now it's just the wall and the keyboard input for movement. Watching and working along courses really helped me getting started with what I wanted to create, and I probably wouldn't have finished as strong as I did without these learning courses. There are a lot of functions to dive into, and the learning process can only go upwards from here. Blueprints are a struggle at first, but after spending a short amount of time on learning what I already know, I can just imagine what I will learn during months or even years of learning. I believe I did well for creating a first-time interactive scene, and I had fun doing so. I'm still a newcomer, and I can't wait for what lies ahead. Thank you for now.